Are we cheating our children? Yes, I think we are systematically cheating our children. When I say we, what I mean is parents, teachers, schools, education department, every one of us, we are all conspiring together to cheat our children. If you don't believe me, I will present my case and the verdict is yours. First time when I witnessed cheating was when I was in 9th standard. During 9th standard exam, a student was expelled because he was actually copying from a sheet of paper. I learned that cheating was bad. One will get punished for that. Next year, during my 10th standard exam, when our English teacher, who was otherwise very honest, actually came into the classroom during the exam and started dictating an essay. So this was basically to help children. I was like utterly shocked at this. What was going on? So when I came out, people told me that she was helping children. Later on in my life, I realized that this was also cheating, and this was called mass copying. If a teacher is caught doing so, the teacher would be basically punished. An increment will be stopped or suspended pending inquiry. In the last 3 decades or so, I think we have progressed. Today, this kind of a copying, mass copying, is very rare. Some of these very backward villages and those places, this kind of copying happens. But we have discovered a very new way of cheating, which is legal. You can't be caught, you can't be punished. Let me explain. Now, we brainwashed our children that getting 95% is critical. If they get 100%, it's even better. Only then they are going to get seats in some prestigious colleges. Only then we as parents get respect from the society around us, and we will be revered from our peers to help our cause. The schools, teachers, and all these coaching institutes have come up with strategies to maximize 90% or 95% kind of marks. So how do they do that? So they have prepared question banks, diagrams, test papers, etc. so that students from day one can start preparing for examination. Every teacher starts teaching a chapter based on the number of questions they get in the exam. Even the weightages of every chapter is clearly documented, and the teaching weightage is equal to that. The new vocabulary of the teachers now is how many 1-mark questions, how many 2-mark questions, MCQs, weightage per chapter, etc. They have decided that the so-called understanding the concepts is just superfluous. Just practice as often as you can, and repeated questions you practice, that's sufficient. You can get your 95%. However, even this was not giving desired results. Sometimes you would get a question in the exam which was never actually practiced. What would you do? Some of these teachers and administrators got together and they got this brainwave. Why don't we just get the board, PU board or the 10th board, any of these boards, to publish some question banks? Okay, and let's make a rule that in the exam we cannot ask any question outside the question bank. And surprisingly, or maybe shockingly I would say, the educationists in the board did not find this objectionable at all. And finally, we have achieved our goal. Today, most children can score above 90% marks without learning anything, without understanding anything at all. 6 years back, my first daughter, when she completed her 12th, 2% of the students in the whole of the state scored above 90%. Today, after 6 years, when my second daughter completed her 12th, 20% of the students have scored above 90%. 10 times improvement in 6 years. Isn't it marvelous? Many schools in Bangalore even have the distinction of achieving about 90% of the students scoring above 90 marks. So whom are we cheating this time? Can you guess? There is no award for guessing this. We are cheating our own children. We are telling them that they are really now educated and they have passed with flying colors. They have scored 99% in their exams and they know everything. But do they know anything at all? Do they know? If some children, if they know something, I think it's probably because it's in spite of the schools and coaching centers, not because of them. So finally these children, when they come out of the 12th standard and join colleges, shockingly, same kind of education continues. Same thing continues. Question banks and marks, they would continue to be dominating their lives. Finally they graduate and they come out and they join. Some of them will get a job, land in a job, and suddenly they realize that they don't know anything. It's not their fault that we in our country are not able to create anything original. We're all wondering why this has happened. Why are there no original contributions in the area of science and technology, and for that matter any other area? What we do not realize, however, is this kind of organized cheating is destroying our children and their future. Why are we not doing anything about it? Now, it's hard to get out of this vicious circle. Let's see, now the private schools, for example, the next year they are going to get good admissions only if they get most of the children pass with 90%. Otherwise they can't. So now you realize that it is not in their interest to change this. They want it to continue. It is in their interest to continue. You may think schools can do better, but their predicament is even dangerous, in the sense that government actually announces this district-wise results. They talk about which district has scored 90% result, which district has scored 85%, which district 60%, like that. Suddenly the districts which actually score less percentage, they feel the pressure. So what they do is, the educational officers of the zonal educational officers, they will be told that you have to improve the percentage. So you may think that they will actually go back and they will do some teachers training, and they will also do any kind of things that would actually better the education in the schools. No, that doesn't even cross their minds. They basically go and put a target on headmasters. If you don't achieve this, your salary increment will be stopped. So what will he do? An honest headmaster will resort to doing this question bank practicing. He will stop anything that was actually useful. Like, for example, conducting experiments for children, taking them out for educational tours. All this will be stopped. They are not required to get 95%. So they will concentrate on basically practice for the exam. And some dishonest headmasters will go on and revert back to their age-old practices of mass copy. So the cheating continues unabated. So you may think that some well-meaning NGOs may be doing something good. Yes, of course, they try to help underprivileged schools by running some kind of online classes for government schools, and they conduct workshops and experiments and all that. But they will soon realize that neither the schools, nor the teachers, nor the parents want any of these things. They want marks. So suddenly these NGOs, who are otherwise doing great, will transform themselves into basically dictating notes, solving question banks, giving tests. So gradually they will succumb to this cheating process. So who will build this cat? Who is going to change this? So let us ask, who is affected by this? Now it is our children. They are affected by this. So I believe parents have to do something to change this. Who else can do? Who else will do? If your child understands only 60% of the syllabus, will you be okay for him to score, for her to score 60%? So this is like pure gold, 60% pure gold marks. Or you want to add another 35% of copper, it's a rote learning. Add that and make it an impure 95%. What would you prefer? So the choice is yours. Governments may come and change national education policies and all that, but ultimately if parents are not going to take this as their initiative, this is not going to change. So how can we avoid falling into this kind of a cheating trap? We at Real Learning Center, we want to converse with all the parents and find out what are the solutions, what action can we take. So I would also like to talk to you about some ideas that we have. Maybe we can converse through the next set of few videos, and if you have some comments and feedback on how to improve, please put your comments and we shall discuss. So thanks for watching this video.